Hello and good evening, friends. So, today we'll look into the very important topic of how to find top and bottom in the market using price action. So, this video primarily will be in English, and these are the three important concepts that we will study to understand how to avoid traps, right? How to avoid the traps on the buy and the sell side, and when you should not chase the market, right? That is very important because as a retailer or as a beginner, many people they try to find, okay, the market has broken this level or this resistance, and they directly jump into buying. Don't do this mistake, and that is the mistake that has and the bias after that mistake, that whether the market is overbought, oversold. That is the main reason why many people lose a lot of money in trading in market, especially those who don't understand the price action and who blindly rely on indicators, right? So before that, going further, I urge you that to understand price action in a proper and logical way, do subscribe to our channel, right? And that we can at least tell you with assurance that the concepts that you will learn over here, you won't find it anywhere, because R is not about just telling you about the shortcuts or strategy. It's about a proper productive learning that would help you to understand the market in a deeper way, right? And there are also multiple playlists. You can go through the concept of the day series to understand price action. You can there are little bit option selling series that will start. Not much videos are there, but you will see we are planning to start a new channel on options. So over there we will try to put the videos in a step-by-step manner. There are webinar series. We have taken some of the webinars, right? Absolutely free, where we have talked about some of the systems, some of the concepts, about the psychology that is required for you, right, during the market. So you can go through it, and many more videos will be coming. Many more conceptual videos will be coming in our channel. So stay tuned and do share so that it is taken advantage is taken by budding traders who are struggling in the market. Okay. So now coming to the concept of how to find tops and bottoms. So now, before any the trend in the market, right? When there is a trend in the market, let us take an example of a Nifty, right? So first of all, we'll go to a higher time frame. Let's say a weekly, right? And then we'll because weekly is relatively has less noise, and then we'll come to lower time frame like hourly, right? So over here, very important thing you need to understand whether the move is impulsive or non-impulsive. Now, what does this signify? Impulsive move means that a market goes from A to B very fast, very quick. It means, let's say, you have market has taken a flight from A to B. It has reached very fast. Non-impulsive move means it goes from A to B a little bit slow, right? Let's say it is now taking a train. So that is a non-impulsive move. It stops at every junction, right? And then it moves up. It stops at another junction, and then it moves up, right? So market makes a structure. It takes couple of days, a couple of weeks for it to reach that. And over here, a market can just blast in one direction by making a big candle, right? Like over here, let us take an example of Nifty. What is an impulsive move, right? We'll just signify. So this is an impulsive move. Now over here, if we look, right, from here to here, 10% the market just shot up in 1 week, right? 10% market just shot up in 1 week. Now let us take what is a non-impulsive move, right? Now let us take from here to here, 10% the markets are in a way took around 1 month, right? So this is an impulsive move, A, and this is a little bit non-impulsive because market is kind of a not, it is moving up, but then it is moving up, it is consolidating and again moving up. So this is a non-impulsive move where the market is taking time for going from A to let's say one station to another station. It is taking some time and then consolidating and then again moving up. So these moves are generally considered as non-impulsive moves, while this move where it just blast over here, also you can see over here in 2 weeks 12% move. So this move is also an impulsive move. It's an impulsive move, and this is a little bit non-impulsive, right? So that is very important, that first of all, before finding any top or any trap, you have to understand whether the market is in impulsive phase or non-impulsive phase. That is a very important thing. Second, the structure points, because if the market goes, let's say, if you go by flight from A to B, doesn't matter, there are mountains in between, rivers in between, whatever it is in between, it doesn't matter, you will just fly above it. So structure points are generally in an impulsive move, they are very less or just non-existent. Means market, for structure points, market has to stabilize, retest the level. It doesn't do that. But in a train, it goes to the mountain, it will slow, then during the, if it goes to the plains, it will go fast, again it will slow. If there is a bridge over the river, the speed will decrease a bit. So it will kind of you will say that it stops. So structure points are here very much present, right? So generally impulsive moves cater, if you want to trade in impulsive moves or if you want to take reversal, generally it caters to aggressive traders, and this also let many people lose a lot of money trying to predict tops and bottoms in such market. This market, right over here, where the market is moving fast, you it traps you very easily and it moves very fast. That leads to a big loss, right? So now third point is the multiple time frame. A market, if it's impulsive, let's say we will look for Nifty, right? And look for Nifty on the 1st of Feb week, right? Where it has moved fast. Whenever the market is impulsive, right? I'll just go to Nifty and we'll go to first daily time frame and then. So this is the 1st of Feb, right? You can see whenever the market is impulsive in a much higher time frame, weekly is generally that we consider, that we don't try to look at the time frames above weekly unless and until we are a very, very long-term investors. Weekly is more than enough for a positional trader who want to take let's say a couple of months positions, or for he wants to understand the theme and what the market, which phase the market is in, right? And after that, then daily, and then we come to hourly. So these 3 time frames are very important for swing and positional. Depending if you're a positional, if you want to do it for less than a month, then your important time frame would be daily, right? So now if an impulsive move, you will say see the shorter time frame also will be in a fast trend. It won't be doing time pass. There will be big candles or some gaps in a shorter time frame, be it daily or if you say be it hourly, right? We'll also look at the February. So such moves generally don't come afterwards. Over here you can see this is an hourly time frame and the markets are just like moving very fast. In hourly also the structure points are very less, right? So when the market moves a shorter in a shorter time, a larger distance, you will feel it's in a very much hurry to move up, because there are lots of orders led by institutions who want to push the market up, right? So this is generally part 1 of the series. Part 2 we will release in 2-3 days, right? But we need to first understand this concept, because if I just go down directly to this, it will become difficult for some of the people to understand. So any traps in the market, these 3 points if you are observing it and then trying to form a logical analysis of the markets, right, based on the concepts, then you would be closer to the next step, that is a probable tops and bottom. Also remember, there are nothing is definitive, it's all a probable. A top is a top until it does not get broken, right? And the tops or the bottom, whatever be it, sooner or later it will get broken, right? Especially when in our country, India is in a very much uptrend. So tops in a way, either one or after 5 years, after 6 years, any top that will get broken. I'm talking about index. I'm not talking about this penny stocks, right, or anything. This is about the structured stocks, right, who don't have any corporate governance issue. Or let us take an example of the index, right? Primarily we are talking about the good blue chips and the good stocks, right, over there. So if nothing is wrong with the corporate governance or the management of the company, sooner or later it will go and the break the top, because definitely a company across the time it will kind of do well, right? And that is about the big companies. But as soon as if there is an issue with the, let's say, a management of the company, right, or it takes bad decision, it does not adapt to the conditions, then you will see that the top can generally become more or less permanent, right? Where we are seeing the Anil Ambani group of companies, right? So our job to find top and bottom is from a trading perspective, right? Not from an investing, because investing is a different topic. We are trying to find top and bottom from a trading perspective, right? So before, in part 2, right, in the part 2, what we'll cover is that we will try to see and try to form a trading system, right, across a top and bottom, how you can manage the risk and everything. Now over here in the part 1, what we are trying to understand is, if an impulsive move comes, what is the psychology of the market? If a non-impulsive move comes, what is the psychology of them? If the structure points are non-existent, then what should be the basis to take decisions when there is an impulsive moves? And what time frames, multiple time frame, if you are looking, what time frames should we look at? So again, I am saying, if you are a swing trader means who are trading for less than 1 week, right? Less than 1 week. So his time frame is 1 hour, right? And max to max daily. Weekly he can just glance, but 1 hour daily is the important time frame. If it's a positional trader, let's say greater than 1 week, right? So he will try to aim for big targets. He'll try to hold the positions, and if it can, the position, if it's in trend, it can go for, let's say, more than a month, 2 months, 3 months, if a trend is continuous, right? So over here, then for him, daily and weekly becomes more important, right? So for impulsive move, for a swing trader, he has to look in the daily time frame. Weekly he can just glance, but a positional trader, weekly becomes important, because it helps us to understand what is the risk, because a positional trader should avoid taking more than 5% risk. A swing trader, maximum risk for him should be 3%, right? If we follow the risk management principles, right? So that is the because markets won't every time move like 15, 20, 25%, right? So a 5% risk is acceptable. If it's more than 5%, then we have to kind of do a position sizing. Okay, now coming to the tops and bottoms, how a top generally, will just look into a little bit of overview. What happens in the psychology of when a top is formed? Let's say a market is going up, and we'll take the impulsive move. When it goes from A to B very fast, so orders are executed in a very quick manner. The institutions, the, let's say, FI, DI, whoever is buying, is in a hurry to buy, right? And many times, maximum times, you will see it is event driven, because whenever the event is there, it causes the flurry of just pushing the index. It's not every time, but maximum times is event driven. Let's say Sitaramanji press conference is there, or let's say there is a event based on certain global market, something announcement is there, whatever, it's a local, global, whatever it may be. So if we go to over there, when we look at the impulsive move, what is very important is that if there is a strong impulsive move, right? If there is a very strong impulsive move, let's say on the upside, since the market is in uptrend, so we'll talk it more on the upside, which is about the current flow of the market. If there is a strong impulsive move, then the orders have been put in a hurry. The top of the candle, let's say if you're talking on the positional player, it's a weekly candle. The top of the weekly candle, market should be able to close above it. Next week, this is week 1, the week 2 candle should be able to close above it. If it is not able to close above it, the week 2 candle, and if this is a trap, what you will see is that market can make a wick is not important, but then you will see the market would just push down after that, after the event. So whenever there is an event or whenever there is such a big impulsive move, let's say Nifty just blasting more than 5-6% in 1 week, right? So the high of the event week, right? I'm talking about the positional players, right? The high of the event week becomes very important, because you need to see an institution just won't go away after buying for 1 week. If he's serious, the buying would continue the next week also, because if there are such a big orders, they won't be able to execute all the orders during 1 week, right? It's not possible. But if he's not serious, or it's just a kind of a fake move, then you will see after the impulsive move is there, right? On the upside, let's say it's an impulsive move was there on the upside, the market won't be able to give follow through, right? We'll look over here. If this is an impulsive move, right? This is a case of trap. A market, the next, it can just make a wick and it won't close. In the best case of trap, it would just engulf this, right? Means it shows that the order reversion, or you can say the reversal, it was just to give lollipop to this retail traders who think that the market is bullish, and suddenly they are now reversing the orders, right? This is the best trap. Whether after an impulsive move, the impulsive candle gets engulfed, then it says that is the market is very fast, it wants to move down. Or what might happen is that if there is an impulsive candle, right, week 1, a market won't be able to give a good closing above the high of this candle. This is the high of this candle. Market won't be able to give. It can make wick. It can take sometimes it will take 1, 2, 3 weeks also. It will just go into a consolidation after that, right? And it will try to kind of make either whatever candle, doji, anything, and then what it will happen is that it will then break down. It will then break down over here. So that in a way will show is that market was not able to gain the momentum above the event week. So this is a slow trap. Over here, the decision has to be taken based on the structure point if there is a slow trap. But if there is a fast trap, you won't get a structure point. That is the concept that many traders, they lack understanding, and they just look at the price action by drawing a trend line and everything. Or in impulsive move, your trend line, everything won't work at all, right? Because the market is so fast, it moves up, that it will just, your trend line, it will become very far away from the trend line. By the time you wait for it to retrace to the trend line, it actually already it might go into a selling mode, or you might miss selling the opportunity by waiting for a trend line break or anything. Your trend line might be over here, and maximum cases it will be over there. So you would be waiting the most of the move that you want to selling over there. So this is very important if we are talking about the event, or even though it's a non-event, doesn't matter, right? But if it's an impulsive move, there has to be some trigger, either the global markets or the event is upcoming, whatever be it doesn't matter, right? But we are talking same concept for daily, or for a swing trader, he could also look at the daily, right? Or if he wants to, let's say, look at the 1-2 days trading, he can also look at hourly. right? Time frame you can change over there, but for if you want to, for the overall market, if you want to see a proper top and the bottoms for a shorter time, then weekly is one of the best time frame, because it reduces many of the noise that's a smaller time frame makes. Daily also can become very noisy in a sideways market, but weekly over here, if you look at the weekly chart of the Nifty, right, it's very clean. After the COVID, once it broke out of the 10,000 mark in a weekly, right, the higher low or the structure point, if it's difficult, you can just go to the line chart. You can see it's still kind of very well protected by the markets till now, right? So in weekly, it's in an uptrend. There is no denying that, and that is why what you can see over here, that markets, whenever after the consolidation, they are moving up, right? You are not seeing after an impulsive move. Now we'll look at all the impulsive moves. Look at this impulsive move. It was able to sustain and close above it. Look at the impulsive moves. It kind of was not able to sustain, but look at this. This then became a top for the market for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12 weeks, 3 months. 3 months it became a top. And it gave the target, right? It tried to retest the buyer. It pushed it near the low of it. So this, in a way, it could have become a longer term top if market would have been able to break below this 14,000. But market was not able to break. It came down, it retested. But look at the problem that the market faced, right? Look at the issue that the market here it faced to break over here. Yeah, just now. Okay. So now, and look at over here. Again, the market broke out over here. It's not that impulsive, but still we'll see. Look at this. 3%, not impulsive. It kind of a broke very, very aram se coolly. But look at over here now, right? Still not as impulsive as earlier, but 4%, right? The market was sluggish, but 4%. And now here what we are seeing is that above the top, the market is kind of a Nifty, right? And we'll talking on that Nifty and Bank Nifty. We'll talk in part 2, right? Nifty over here, what we are able to understand is that it is not able to make a clean breakout. There should be a clean weekly candle that shows that, okay, this buyer is serious. Look at the case over here, right? And if there is not a clean candle, if it just, aram se close kar raha hai, it is just closing like this, then in a way, if the market pushes it inside, right, a seller is able to push it inside, a fight will start between a buyer and seller. And this stop can remain for a longer time. It might give you a good selling opportunities for an intraday player, right? A good swing selling shorting opportunities for a swing traders, right? And positional also, if he wants to look for some selling opportunity, he has defined his risk, whatever. Now many people, if they short, what they do is that, the market is now coming to the resistance, it is over there, they directly go and short it over here. Don't do that, because the market knows that it will first flush out the weak players. The philosophy of the market is very simple. It will always flush out weak players. That's why spending time with the market, understanding it, is very important, right? And that is what we do in our price action program for it. It's not like we will okay, this is a strategy 1 2 3, just do it. No, you have to first understand it, build the concept first, be patient about building the concept, then make rules about your trading system. And that is the reason, right? That is the reason I'll tell why many people over here, our students, are able to generate good profits, consistent profits, not just 1 day profits, 2 day profit. Consistent profits are there, right? So if you are not being a part of our Telegram channel, you can become a part of it. You will, all these charts and everything, a conceptual understanding of it we give over there, right? And like this was the Bank Nifty also, the previous week high, that early when we just shot up about 37,000 and the rally started, right? So it's a very in-depth price action, right, that we teach over here, right? That is what is very important. And part 2, since or else the video will become very long, it's already 20 minutes past. Part 2 we will discuss more about this, right? Discuss more about the structure points. Multiple time frame we are looked into, impulsive move, non-impulsive moves we are looked into. Structure points we'll discuss more on into it. And these 3 cases you can see. Event week, it has to, if it's a trap, it won't give a good closing above that weekly high candle, right, in the same time frame. Don't change the time frame to daily, right? And also the trap, it will just push it down, it will engulf the whole candle. That is a very fast trap over here. And another trap is slow trap, where it will consolidate, not able to give a good closing above the weekly candle, and it will just, the market pushes it down, and it causes a kind of then a fight, because a buyer is sitting over there, a seller is sitting over there. The market can just remain range bound for a couple of weeks, right? So hope this helped you in some of the other way to understand, but I tried to tell you in a simplified manner, right? Some of the concepts for those who are very beginner, we urge you that first try to understand the price action is an important thing. Why? Because all indicators and everything are derived from it. If you understand price action with proper kind of a concept, I'm not taking about, because there are very fake concepts of price action that has been taught in the social media. Please don't fall in the trap of that, right? A price action, if you learn it in guided way, then the markets will become so what you can say rewarding for you, that you won't be able to you would be able to unleash the potential, right? And that is what is very important, right? We will also share some of the trades. Our students, they execute it live with us, and that is the thing that we have confidence in our system. Whatever the trades that you see over here, or over what we are doing in Bank Nifty, or let's say positional trade, swing trade in, or intraday in stocks, our students, they execute live with us, right? That is why, because we have belief in our system, we have believed in the price action, because if you understand this, markets will become very easy for you. Okay, so with that, I'll end it. It's already 25 minutes. Wait for the part 2. In part 2, we'll discuss more. In part 2, we'll also look about Bank Nifty. In part 2, we'll also look at some of the stocks and what were the tops and everything. But again, to revise the concept, as I told you, this was the budget week. Look what happened, right? Look what happened at the budget week. And this was November, when US market election happened. So hope you would apply the concept over here. Apply the what you have taught in the last 20 minutes in a proper way, and try to understand. Try to differentiate the two phases. Markets won't move always in the same way. There will be a variations of the market. We have to understand the variations of it, right? That is very important. Okay, so with that, we'll end it. And those who have not subscribed, do subscribe to our channel. You will get such content. There will be a lot of such content in the future, right? And do also be our Telegram channel to understand the stocks, what we select, what we trade, right? And what is our view about the markets in a regular way. So with that, I'll end the session. Thank you for your time. Hope you learned something from it. Goodbye.